guys, it's Talk Cyclone FPV, and I'm getting ready to do this video today to finally, because I had a guy that was just really irritating me about the free sky issue with RadioMaster, and I was like, fine, forget it. You know what? I can't argue with you because you don't know what you're talking about, so I'm just going to do a video about it instead. So here we go. So right now in front of you, you've got the RadioMaster TX16S radio. We've got two different free sky R9M modules, and these are R9Ms, people. That means they're a module, they're not a receiver. So to you out there, Mr. Guy who wanted to argue with me, I offered you a free radio if you could find it. No receiver that's an R9M. Cool? Good. So let's move on. We also have the TBS Crossfire over here, and we're going to, right now, what we're going to do is we're just going to focus on the free sky for now, because I have to show this guy that he doesn't know what he's talking about, okay? So here we go. First thing is, this is brand new. Now, here's what I've done. I guess we can go through the whole setup part of this, right? So I have already taken out the SD card, all right, and I formatted it, so none of the contents that were on there are on there anymore, okay? But I'm just going to do this again so you guys can watch, okay? And I'm on OpenTX right now. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the, where the heck did I put mine here? I'm going to take my USB to SD card. I'm going to put this card that RadioMaster sends with it. It's like a 256 meg card. It's perfect size. Go ahead and plug that in my USB. And then I'm going to wait for it to pull up here. And I'm going to tell this thing I want to format. Okay, so I'm going to find the card, which is going to be called New Volume D. I'm going to right click on it. And I'm going to left click on format, and I think I'll just leave it at fat, and not FAT32. I think I'll leave it at fat. I'm going to say perform a quick format. I think that should be fine. And click OK, OK, and then I'm going to click close. I'm going to open this up. All right, now I've got my new volume here. Now I've already downloaded in OpenTX. I already went and set up my radio profile. Okay, so like I've told you guys before, you go to your settings, go to radio profiles, and I created one called Tarx TX16S, and you can see how it's set up. So I put my name there, I dropped down and selected the menu of the radio type, and then I checked off my No Heli, my Lua, and my Flex R9M, and I left everything else alone. I designated a folder on my desktop under transmitters, so if you look here, I went to desktop, then I went to transmitters, and then I made a folder in there called Tarx TX16S, and in there I made an SD card folder file, and I made a backup folder file. So you're gonna wanna do that, okay? And that's where I'm gonna put my stuff. So that's how I'm gonna fill out this question here is, it says, well, where's your SD card path? That's the folder I made. And then I have another one in my backup folder, and that's the folder I made as well, all right? I checked off to enable automatic backup. I left the mode 2, RETA. I checked these two boxes here to append and to offer to write after I download. Then I flipped over to this screen under application settings, and I checked box 1, 3, and 4, and left it to be releases stable only. Remove empty model slots, and then I did the backup folder, and I selected my backup folder and my transmitter folder, okay? And then I told it to automatically do a backup. Now, if you guys don't know how to do that, here's the quick version, okay? So pay close attention. Cancel. I'm gonna go to settings, radio profiles. I'm gonna delete my TX16S label. So I'm gonna delete current radio profile. Click yes, delete it. Okay, it's gone. Okay, so now I'm going to do this. I'm going to take, we're going to do this under the customer folder that I have for you guys, which is under desktop and transmitter. I don't think I have a TX16S. I think I was going to start it. So I'm going to use this for you guys, and I'm going to delete it. Okay, delete. Okay, there we go. So here's what I'm going to do. If you guys are new to this, here's what you're going to do. You're going to settings, radio profile, add radio profile. Let me get my keyboard. Okay. And then from here, what you're going to do is you're going to type in your radio name, your profile name. Now, for me, I'm going to put customer TX16S. You put whatever you want. Put your name, TX, I don't care. Under radio type, scroll down to find RadioMaster TX16S SE Hall Master File. Boom, we're going to click that one, okay? And then we're going to select the following. And just do this for now. We'll explain all the rest later. No Heli, Lua, and Flex R9M. Boom, that's it. Now, ST structure path, you need to click select folder. And you're going to go to your desktop. If you want to follow like I did, go to your desktop, make a folder called transmitter, okay? And then in here, I'm going to create the new folder. And you're basically going to go into that folder, and then you're just going to right click anywhere on the screen here, go to new, and go to folder, and just put, I'm going to call it customer TX16S, and I'm going to hit enter, okay? Then I'm going to double click on that folder, and anywhere in this white area, I'm going to right click, go to new, and go to, oops, I'm running out of space here on my mouse pad, new, left click on folder, and I'm going to call this SD card, okay? I'm going to come back down here, and I'm going to right click somewhere on this white screen again, and go to new, and go to folder, and call it backup. Very simple, okay? Once you do that, all you have to do is, I'm going to click cancel now, because we're going to go back here, see, SD structure back, click select folder, and I'm in customer TX16S, SD card. Make sure it says SD card here, click select folder. For the backup folder, I'm going to select folder. Make sure that you go back to your desktop, transmitter, customer TX16S, or whatever you named it. Click backup once, so it's in the folder name here. Click select folder. Boom, you've done two things perfect right now, okay? Now we're going to go to enable automatic backup, leave mode 2 like it is, leave default. Now channel order like it is, and then click the next two boxes to append the version number and to also offer to write after the download. Click your application settings at the top here, and just make sure that we have the following. Box 1, box 3, box 4, checked. Releases stable, selected. Use model wizard, that's fine. And then you can click remove empty models, that's fine. This will be blank for you if you've never done this before, so you want to click select folder. And again, you can just go to desktop, transmitter, customer TX16S, and just select your backup folder, doesn't matter. And then click select folder, that'll populate there. Put here to enable automatic backups, leave everything else like it is, and then click OK. Cool, you're ready to go. Now, what you have to do next is you have to click this arrow here, okay? And I've already downloaded this, but you're gonna click check for updates. When you check for updates, it's gonna say there's an update, okay? When I check for updates, because I've already downloaded it, it's not gonna say there's an update, but I'm gonna download it anyway. So I'm gonna click download firmware, right? And when I download, it's gonna ask me where do I wanna save it. So I'm gonna go to desktop, transmitter, customer TX16S, and then I'm gonna make a folder right here. And I'm gonna, anywhere on the screen, I'm gonna right click. I'm gonna left click on, I'm gonna go right click, and then I'm gonna go to new. I'm gonna left click on folder, and I'm gonna call this Open TX-FW, which stands for Open TX Firmware. And then in that folder, I'm gonna put this file. But here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna delete all the stuff after the S on TX16S, all the way up to the hyphen before the 2.3.11. So my file looks like this, much shorter and easy to read on the screen, okay? And I'm gonna click save, okay? And it's gonna download it, right? I'm not gonna write it to the radio right now because I'm not plugged in, so I'm gonna click no. Next thing I'm gonna do is download the SD card contents. Now I'm gonna tell you this takes a while. It can take a while. I've already done it. Once you do it, it's gonna start the download process. Here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna go to a screen like this, and you're gonna wanna download the newest SD card. You downloaded the newest firmware, you wanna download the newest SD card. So you click it, okay? And it's gonna start downloading. It says I have 1 minute left. I'm gonna cancel that for me, because I don't care, because I've already done this, okay? Here's what it looks like when you do that. When you do that in your downloads folder, you're gonna end up with an SD card folder, okay? And it's gonna look something just like this, all right? Now, I've already taken that SD card file. Actually, let me show you what the name really looks like, because I already downloaded it, and I'll just bring it here. Hold on. Let me go to desktop, transmitter. Actually, I'm gonna go to my transmitters, find my copy, and there's zip file. This is the file, okay? So here's what's gonna happen. Copy, I'm gonna put this in my downloads. So we can mimic exactly what it looks like when you get it. So what you're gonna get is you're gonna get this, let's wait for this to catch up a second, okay? So there it is. Amazingly, there is that file, okay? So when you get this file, I want you to right click on it, and I want to left click on cut. Then I want you to go to desktop, then I want you to go to transmitter, then I want you to go to customer TX16S or whatever you named your folder, and I want you to paste it anywhere here. Okay, and we're going to click paste. So right click and then left click on paste. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to right click on the file, left click on extract all, and just click next. Let it extract all the files, okay? And it's going to take just a minute, all right? Once that's done, since we are going to be downloading, since we are going to be doing this video to work with the FreeSky Long Range, while this is downloading, there's a couple things I do want to show you ahead of time, okay? I want you to go to your website. I want you to open a browser, and I want you to go to the FreeSky website. We're just going to go to the main page. Now, I'm working with the R9M, the R9M 2019 Access Edition, and the receiver I'm working with is the R9 Slim OTA Access and ACCST receiver, long range receiver, okay? So here's what we want to do. Well, this is, yeah, that's not what I'm looking for here. I'm watching this progression screen here because this is going to tell me when I'm done. So first thing I want you to do is I want you to download the firmware you need to make these work on this radio, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to go over here and you're going to go to products and you're going to go to, let me see, modules, and you're going to find the 900 megahertz R9. So just click that, okay? Now, if you have, I'm going to be very honest with you, it doesn't matter which version of these you have, the firmware download is the same. So let's just assume you have the 2019 edition, okay? Just go to this 2019 right here, and then go to the download link, and you don't have to click this, it'll automatically take you to it. And then find ACCST, because you're not running access on this radio. Granted, without a hack or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm just talking about for the normal person who doesn't want to try to seem smarter than he is. Let's just do this like normal people do, okay? We're going to get the ACCST version, okay? So click that arrow, and then you're just going to click this file to download it, all right? When you download it, it's going to go to your downloads folder. We'll do it again. I've done this 3 times today, so I'm going to have a couple duplicates of this, right? So there it is right there. That's the first file, so we're going to click Show in Folder. And as you can see, this is it right here. And you can see I have done it 3 times, literally. Take your folder. Once you get it, that's the FW-R9M-ACCST-20190117. You're going to right-click on it. You're going to left-click on Cut. Go to Desktop. Go to Transmitter. Go to your customer TX16S. And then just paste it. Right-click anywhere on the screen here and left-click on Paste. There it is. Okay. Now, like I said, it just opened my SD card is done extracting. Sorry, I wasn't expecting that to open that. So, like I said, this file is good for the R9M and the R9M 2019. So, we're not going to go now and download the same file for the R9M series because they use the exact same. So, for example, again, if we go back to FreeSky's website and you look right here, you can go to discontinued products modules, and you'll find that R9M, the red one that doesn't say access. The ACCST file is still the same, so you have it, okay, for both of these. Now let's just go ahead and go to products, go to receivers, and find our 900 megahertz R9. Click that, and find the R9 Slim OTA right here. So let me make something very clear to you guys so that we don't have any more arguments, okay, with some of these guys that aren't as smart as they think. I want to show you something real quick, okay? Let's go to the R9MX, okay? Let's just click it. See this little icon right here, right? This is part of the Archer, I believe, the Archer icon as well. So this is OTA Archer. Now, let me explain to you what that means. I believe it's on all models with that icon, but it doesn't matter. Let me just show you something. If you click and you go to downloads and you don't see something that says ACCST, you're not going to be able to use it. So please don't do that and buy a receiver and then go crying because RadioMaster doesn't work for you because it doesn't support every single receiver on the market, okay? So I'm just giving you a heads up. You want to find receivers. Let me go back now. Okay, I'm going to go back one more time to the main screen. And let's go back here and we'll check the R9SX. Okay, I'm going to see if I'm right about this because I think it is right. I don't think any of these with the OTA with that symbol. Okay, yeah, see, there's no ACCST. So none of these will work. Okay, but now let's go back twice and go to the R9 Slim. Check this out. R9 Slim OTA. See how they don't have that little icon right there? So you can go to the R9MM OTA. We're doing the R9 Slim today, so click that one. Pains me to know that people want to argue about this for some reason. Okay, and then we're going to go to download. It's going to automatically take you, so you don't have to click here. And watch this. Oh, look, there's an access firmware. That's not going to work for you. And then there's an ACCST firmware. That's the one you want. So click it, download. It's going to go to your downloads folder. I've downloaded this 3 times today as well. And that's this one right here. So I want you, once it's done downloading, I want you to right click on it. I want you to left click on cut, then go to desktop, then go to transmitter, and then go to customer TX16S, and then right click anywhere on the screen here and just click on paste. Boom. So now what you have is you have your R9M ACCST for their module, and then you have your R9 Slim OTA ACCST for your receiver. Got it? Good. All right, so we are now going to go to our SD card contents first. So let's go to this folder first. Let's double click it. And let's look at all the stuff that's in here. All I care about right now is getting rid of the sounds folder with all of these. I just want the English folder, which is the EN, in case you didn't know that. So put a checkbox beside everything else you don't need and click delete. Because there are, with those files, there are 2,700 files to copy. I do not want to copy them all, okay? Now remember, your memory card is still in the computer because we're going to do a quick copy over, right? I left it in there, you can see right here, all right? Now we're going to go up, and there's our SD card folder again. So right here is our downloaded unzipped version. So double click that, and I want you to highlight everything that's in here. And then I want you to right click on it, left click on cut, go up one, then go to SD card, right click anywhere on the screen, and left click on paste. Okay, boom, everything's in there, right? Great. go up one again, find this SD card that we just took all the stuff out of, as you can see, right click on it and left click on delete. Keep everything clean. All right. What I want you to do now is I want you to right click on the screen somewhere here, left click on new. I'm sorry, let me start over. Right click on the screen, go to new, and then left click on folder, and I want you to type here FRSKY TX-FW. Okay? Excellent. Yeah. That should have been a lowercase r, sorry. Not that it matters, I just can't. I don't like it like that. Let me just change that to a lowercase r. Hit enter. Okay? Then I want you to right click anywhere again, go to new, folder, and I want you to type FRSKY RX-FW and hit enter. Why did I do that again? I'm going to make that lowercase again. I think I would learn. Okay. All right. Now, those folders, along with this folder, are going to go in this, somewhere in the SD card folder. Okay. There's still one more download we need. But you go back to the internet, and I want you to go this way. I want you to go to the RadioMaster. There it is. RC. Oops. Sorry. RC.com. Okay. All right, and then we're just going to go scroll all the way to the bottom here and go to Download Center. And then we're going to find our radio here, the TX16S. Click that. And then from there, what we're going to do is we're going to look for the firmware updates right here. And we don't need the production SD. We've already done that. We downloaded the SD card contents when we went on the OpenTX side, right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the production firmware. Let's click this. And what we're worried about is these last two files. Now, I wrote RadioMaster about this specifically because I was a little confused as to what was one over the other. What they said to me was the SE is a discontinued product, so what we're looking for is this one right here. So we want the TX16S multi-STM, right? So what we're going to do is come over here, right-click on it, left-click on download. Okay, it's going to take a second to download. Then open the arrow, click the arrow, then go show in folder, and there it is right there. So you can cut that, then go up to desktop, go to transmitter, go to customer TX16S, and let's see, I thought I made this file, but I guess we're going to make a new one. So I want you to, on the screen here, anywhere in the blank area, just right click, left click on new, go over to new, and then left click on folder, and do R, I guess MSTR, MSTR-FW. That'll be for RadioMaster firmware. And we're going to go ahead now and we're going to double click that and we're going to paste this file in here. Okay, so now we've got that. So now let's go back and now it's time to start cleaning things up a little bit, right? So we've got our SD card, we've got our contents here, we've cleared up our sounds. So let's go back up here. What we need to do now is we're going to go ahead and extract our files here. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to right click on the R9M, left click on extract all, and then we're going to click extract. It's going to open the file. All right, when it opens like this is basically a folder in a folder. This is a subfolder, right? So we're going to go ahead. I don't need two folders with the same name. So I'm basically, when this opens, I'm going to right click on this, left click on cut, go up, then go to FreeSky. This is the R9M. So this is going to be the transmitter module. So we're just going to go to the FreeSky TX folder here, double click, right click anywhere on the screen, and left click on paste. Okay, now let me explain to you again what we're looking at, okay? So we just did this one, and we can now go ahead and basically delete it. So we're just going to delete that folder, okay? We're still going to keep the zip file here. Now we're going to do the R9 Slim, and I'm going to show you why I cut the folder, right? So let me right click, and then let me left click on extract all. And you see how we have show extracted files when this is complete? That's why it opens up that next window. This time we're not going to do that, okay? Let's just click extract. It's going to create a new folder. New folder's right here. So there's a folder right there, and then when you double click it, you go right into the same folder again. It's like another folder with the same name roughly, right? And what we want is this folder with these contents. So again, I don't need two folders to click in, so I double click the first one. I take the second one and right click on it, and I left click on cut, go up one, go to my SD card. Oh, sorry, we're not there yet. Sorry, not go to my SD card, go to my FreeSky RX, double click that folder, right click anywhere on the screen, left click on paste. Boom, it's right there, okay? So now I go back up one, find this folder, and you can see now it's empty. I cut everything out of it. So we're going to right click on it, left click on delete, and we're good to go. Now the last thing, well actually that pretty much does it for us. So let's clean this up now. So what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and right click somewhere on the screen here, anywhere on the blank area, go to New, and go to Folder, and we're going to call this zip files. And again, wait, I already have one. Whoops, I forgot. I must have already created it and didn't delete it. My apologies. So let me go back here. I'll delete the new folder then. We don't need that one. So under zip files, what we want to do is we're just going to basically highlight the folders that we have that are compressed and just drop them in there. I don't want to get rid of them because I may need them again down the road, right? Now we want to take these 4 files, so put check marks, 1, 2, 3, and 4. These all have files that we needed them. We're going to right click on that. We're going to left click on cut. We're going to double click on SD card, double click on firmware, and then anywhere here on the screen, we're going to right click in the white and then just left click on paste. And we're basically going to put those in here and they're all organized, okay? And now that's perfect. That's exactly what we wanted to do. And now we can start closing everything down. So here's what we're going to do. Let's see. We are going to, we can close this and we can close this. All right, sorry guys. Okay, so and then what we were doing is we're going to close this. We're basically going to close everything down now, okay? So let's just go, we can just click the big X here, close everything down, close it, close it, close it, and okay, so we're going to get back to our OpenTX screen, right? All right, so now that we've got our file folder, and I do want to revisit that real quickly, so if you click your File Explorer, or is that called, what is it, File Explorer, yeah, and go to Desktop, and go to your transmitter folder, and then go to your customer TX16S, right? So again, we want to just make sure we have everything in here like it's supposed to be. In your SD card, you have your files, and then you have those 3 or 4 files that we created, file folders that we created. Okay, everything looks great. Click your X here. All right. Now, don't forget we still have our SD card in the computer that we formatted, okay? So we're going to copy those files straight to the SD card. So here's what I want you to do. Open your File Explorer again, and I just told you to get out of there, but go ahead and go to your desktop, and go to your transmitter, and then go to your customer TX16S, find that SD card folder and double click it, and get all the files that are in here. And please make sure you get all, actually you can just click this right here, name, and it'll check them all. You need to make sure you get this one as well, okay? Every file, right? Go anywhere on the blue area, right click on it, left click on copy, and then come over here to that SD card that we formatted, right? Click it, it's empty here, right click, and left click on paste. And we're going to move all of, now doing it this way is so much faster than doing the initial copy in OpenTX, trust me. So this is going to go really quick, and we have 771 items that we're moving over, and it takes a little bit longer going across the USB into this. It's just a little slower, okay? So we're going to knock this out real quick. And as soon as it's done, we are now going to have an SD card that matches what's the SD card folder on our computer. We're going to be perfect. So here's what we're going to do. Now that it's done, what I want you to do is I want you to go down here to your safely remove hardware and eject media. Left click on that and eject the SD card. Oh wait, we still have to wait. It's still doing stuff. So let's close our window down here and let's do it again. Left click here, left click here. Boom. Golden. Now we can take our SD card out. And there it is right there. Okay? Right there. Right? Now let's head on over to our radio. Let's go ahead and open this flap here and take the SD card with the label down, right? So this is labeled up, turn it upside down, label down, and insert it in there and push it in until it clicks in. There it is. Once it's in, you can put this rubber flap back on and you're good, right? Okay. Now, the next thing I want you to do is, and I'm going to tell you ahead of time, when we push the power button in this step, you're going to see your screen go from completely black to almost like a little backlight start, okay? I'm trying to get you to see that. I'm going to do it here. What we're going to do is we're going to take T1 and T4 and push them into each other, okay? So you're holding them in the center, and we're going to hold the power button. And you're going to see this light come across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then pay attention to your screen, okay? Watch. As soon as you see the screen kind of change like to a dim, let go of all the buttons. There. Boom. And I get to my OpenTX bootloader right here. You can see the screen. Let me see if I can get it to where you could read it. Let's see. There you go. See that right there? That's what you're looking for, okay? Once you do that, I want you to take your USB-C cable from your computer, and I'm going to now show you the computer screen, and I'm going to show you the radio at the same time. There you go, okay? I want you to take it, open the top flap here, and I want you to plug it in, just like that. You're going to hear your computer kick in, and you're going to see your folders open up from the radio, okay? So when you do that, you see this TX16S, it's drive E. I don't know what drive letter it'll be on yours, but click the X to close that. And then there is our SD card folder that we created, and we copied to the computer, and then we took the card out and put it in here. That's the card contents right there, new volume D. Close that as well. Okay? First thing we want to do now, let's do a synchronization between our SD card and our computer, because this little icon right here will allow you to copy back and forth and keep them both up to date. So if you put a new file on here, or you change something on your radio, when you plug it into your computer, you hit this, it'll copy it over to your computer so you have a backup, and vice versa, okay? So we're going to click this real quickly, and we're going to tell it, I want you to do this for the first time. I want to make sure it's pointing in the right folder. So when you click this, I want you to click this folder. I want you to go to Desktop, Transmitter, Customer TX16S, and then I want you to just click the SD card folder so it says that in the folder here, and click Select Folder. And on your radio folder, I want you to click the folder here, and make sure that it's pointing to new volume D. Okay? Click Select Folder. Okay? Then what I want you to do is leave everything else like it is and click Start. And all it's doing right now is comparing both sides. Okay? It's probably not going to create anything because we just copied everything over from the hard drive, but this is a great way to see. Now it's going to look at 1,454 files, all right? Because there were 727 files when we did this. And so it's got to check the computer and check the SD card. When you combine that many files, that's 1,454. All right, so let's give it a second. So far, everything's working really good. Okay, perfect. Okay, once it's done, click Close. Now, we downloaded the firmware earlier from OpenTX, and we also downloaded another firmware file from RadioMaster. We're going to start with the OpenTX update first. So I want you to come over here to this arrow and click it. And I want you, this is going to, if you put your mouse over that, you're going to see, let me cancel so you can see this. See when I put my mouse over that? It says Write Firmware to Radio. I want you to click that. I want you to click Load. I don't even care what's pre-populated in here. I want you to get in the habit of finding it yourself. So click Load, Desktop, Transmitter, Customer TX16S, and then I want you to go to SD card, and then I want you to go to Firmware, and I want you to go OpenTX, and there's that firmware file that we downloaded, right? Click it once so it fills in the file name, click Open. Leave Check for hardware compatibility, leave that checked, and then click Write to TX. That file is now writing to your transmitter, okay? Perfect. When it's done, it will say Close. And you can click, it says Close, but it'll like lighten up so you can click it. Okay, don't worry about that not responding part. It's just writing data back and forth, and then it's finalizing. Now it's done. It says flashing done. Click Close. Boom. Done. Okay. Now, what we're going to do at this point is we are going to go through the process of finishing the firmware update on the bootloader side. Okay, so here's what we're going to do here. Now that we're done, we're going to come down here to our safely remove hardware, and we're going to click it. And then we're going to click on the RMTX16SE. There we go. We're going to click again, and we're going to go to the new volume D and click it. And they should both now be gone. See, they are. What I want you to do next is I want you to disconnect your USB cable from the top. Okay? And now we're going to go to the radio screen, and there we go. Okay? Power's off now. Everything's off. Now what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and press the power button until it turns on. Oops, sorry. I think my battery, did my battery go? My battery may have died. Hold on, sorry guys, 1 second. I forgot I was using this dinky battery. Let me go get my 18650s. Hold on 1 second. All right, I've got my 18650s here. I think I've got, yeah, here's my holder for them. So let me just put this in. All right, there's one. There's two. Let's put this in here real quickly. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so go ahead and power this on. There we go. I don't know why it's in emergency mode. We power it off. Power it on again. There we go. Okay. So we're getting into our OpenTX, and it says bad radio data. Press any key. That's fine.
Welcome
Press a
to
key.
OpenTX.
It's going to prepare the storage, no problem. Now we're in our calibration, okay? So you should be here. Now, there's a chance that if you unplug your USB, my battery died, but you would have seen something that said basically exit, update firmware exit. You're going to want to have clicked exit, okay? And then your radio would have turned off, and you turn it back on, and you're basically back where I am. So we're going to do our calibration. Actually, I'm going to skip calibration. I don't want to do this right now. So we're going to hit the return key, which is this top key right here, and we're going to get to our screen. Now, just to make sure we have our firmware card in there properly, hold your system button down right here, and then you get to your tools screen here, and hit your second button here, which is the page to go to the right. There's our SD card, and if you use your scroll here and click on firmware, you're going to see all the cool folders we made were set. We still need to update the bootloader, okay? So what we're going to do now is let's go back to our main screen. Whoops, here we go. Okay, our main screen's right here. What I want to do now is I want to hold the system button. I want to click my page to the right once. I want to use my wheel here and click down for firmware. I want to go down to OpenTX firmware. This is the file that we're going to use, so we're going to hold that, and then it's going to say flash bootloader, and I want you to do that. So flash your bootloader. Now you have flashed the whole thing. So we still have to do one more thing though, right? So let's hit the return key. This is the button right under the system button. So hit return key, hit it again. Now hold your system button down, all right? And again, hit your page to the right, and I want you to click on firmware. I want you to scroll down to your RadioMaster firmware folder. Click that, and then there's that TX16S multi that we downloaded. I want you to go ahead and hold that down. And then when it says here, make sure you don't make the mistake, make sure you flash it properly, and you're going to flash the internal right here. So click flash internal, and it's going to go ahead and flash that pretty quickly. It'll be done here in just a second. Won't take very long. Just a few more seconds. All right, now that that's coming to an end, we're going to go ahead and we are going to, it'll say done here. Good thing. It says flash successful, hit enter, so we're going to do that. Then we're going to return. Again, now we're back at the home screen. You would have done all those things, right? So now your radio is up to date on all levels. Here's what we're going to do next. Now we're going to create a model, okay? And we are going to set this model up with the FreeSky. I'm going to stop the video here though, because this is a pretty long video. Once you get to this point, the next video will be on setting up FreeSky, okay? So we'll be back in just a little bit, guys. Please follow our YouTube channel. I'd really appreciate your support on that. I don't ask for any money when I make these videos. I don't get paid anything to make these videos. I'm not an affiliate for any of this stuff. And as always, we appreciate you. God bless. Be safe. And we'll see you in the next video in just a minute. Talk to you soon. Peace.